All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vays, coming to you live as the markets have just opened. We are 30 minutes into the market. We're going to take a look at everything, including the S&P 500 and gold. I can't wait for next year. Next year, the structure of this program will change. I think I've decided to keep these videos uh, as of next year. These market videos will be 15 minutes, and then we'll do like a subscription for Q&A stuff and like extended questions. I just think it will be better for just to get more viewers listening to the right viewpoints. Let's go. We had a little bit of a pullback. Let's go take a look and see what happened last night when the price was breaking to new all-time highs at $24,300. I was still somewhat bullish, but I had one concern, and that concern was, of course, the MRI daily top, which has now reared its ugly head. Oh, wait, I have to close things before I do, because for some reason, um, unfortunately, close all tabs. For some reason, I can't share an application. I can only share my monitor, which could be problematic. Okay, here we go. Now we're gonna do it. I don't know why that happened. I don't know why that happens sometimes. So I happen to be on this page. If you guys want to support, check out ToneVay/affiliates. But we're going to go straight to the chart here. We're going straight to the daily chart. The daily chart is the one that matters the most. As you can see, we have an MRI top that came in yesterday. Told you guys I was going to take Sunday off. I wasn't going to do a video, but everyone should have known Sunday was the MRI top. So to be on the lookout for a potential correction. Now, a day is obviously 24 hours, and you don't know when during that day the pullback can rear its ugly head. In this case, it happened at the very end of the day, and we can see this by going into the lower level timeframes. As you can see, we hit a brand new, this is just a 1 hour chart. We can go to the 4 hour chart, and we can see how we hit a new all-time high yesterday, December 20th, in the second half of the day. So just before the day was coming to an end, that is the candle from 1500 hours until 1900 hours. So it's basically in one of the last two candles of the day, because this candle right here is already today's candle based on a 24-hour clock. So at the very end of the day, we hit a brand new all-time high, and that's when the daily MRI top decided to, uh, make its presence felt. And all we did, even if we don't cherry pick the high, if we simply go with the consolidation early this morning, 2 a.m. Eastern time, no matter where I am in the world, we're always using Eastern time. We still fell over $2,000 into a few hours ago, and we have since then rebounded. Now, we're going to take a look at the bigger picture in a minute, but keep in mind that the daily picture, the daily chart, has us, we've already rebounded over $1,300 since 3 hours ago. So things are moving relatively quickly. Let's go back to this daily chart, and we're going to analyze from the daily chart perspective. What does this mean? To me, this means we are in the middle of a 1 to 4 candle correction. Is the correction over? Is this low going to hold? It's possible. In fact, it might even be likely. Also, I hear that Binance is down. That is certainly contributing to some of the, volatility at the moment. So looking at this, we are looking at a 1 to 4 candle correction. What would be my metrics for identifying whether the 1 to 4 day correction has already ended with a single day's candle? It's all going to depend on the close of candle today. If today's candle closes near the bottom of the range today, then this correction is not yet over. But if today's candle closes anywhere above 23,000, then it's very likely this correction is over, and we might take another day of consolidation, and then we should go higher. So we're going to put a line in the sand here. I'm actually going to go a little bit lower. I'm going to say 22.8 or even 22.8. As long as we close today above this blue line, above 22.8, I will be somewhat bullish going into tomorrow. Now, I took a risk with my GBTC position over the weekend by holding it. I looked last night before going to bed, looked like a genius. We were going to new all-time highs at 24,300. I was really looking forward to the opening of GBTC to a price of Bitcoin above 24,500, and that would have been my exit because I still would have respected the daily MRI. I just thought that I could slightly outsmart my own indicators and hang in there into the day after the MRI candle. I really wish this candle took place during trading market hours. I'm going to go take a look at GBTC and see where we opened. We actually opened pretty damn well. So I may still get my exit. We opened pretty damn well because you can see the spike in GBTC premium is very, very high. This once again puts me in a tough pickle right now. Do I take the GBTC premium off the table? Because I'm also leaning to the fact that this MRI top correction has already completed because of the way we rebounded 3 hours ago. So I'm going to remain patient. I am not yet ready to exit my GBTC position. I will see what today brings, because if we are closing the day above 23,000, I would be pretty bullish going into tomorrow. And this GBTC premium, if this week is a pump week above 24 and into 25,000, we can certainly see this premium skyrocket into the 50% range, giving me an exit of GBTC in that $35 area, which would be absolutely awesome, considering I basically went all in right here around 22, I think, somewhere in this area. Okay, so that's pretty damn cool. The Bitcoin dominance is, of course, rising. We should also go back and take a look at the weekly chart. Hey, do I have any moderators that are awake right now? Let me remind them that I'm live. Maybe there's a few good questions. But yeah, guys, starting next year, I'm going to be keeping these videos to 15 minutes publicly, and then we will move on to a private Zoom then after. Maybe not every video, but at least once or twice a week. And that would be a paid subscription. I think that would be a very good balance between keeping the public videos short to increase the number of viewers and still keeping, answering all of your questions for those that are serious about set questions. Thoughts on the Ledger customer database breach? Not really. This is why I have always advised people to be very, very careful in how you spend your Bitcoin. Try not to purchase things with Bitcoin that will dox your address. 1 second, guys. I'm going to mute for a minute once I find my thing right here. All right, I'm back. So Bitcoin dominance is rising, which is great. And let's see if how high we can get that. Okay, gold. Gold is having a volatile day, just like Bitcoin is having a volatile day. That's very, very interesting. We are above this red line, so I remain bullish on gold. S&P 500, whoa, the S&P 500 took a nosedive. Not exactly sure why. I probably should know why. I don't know why it took a nosedive. Any comments? Oh yeah, the Ledger breach. Look, This is so. What can I say about the breach? I'm not affected by the breach, and sometimes it's better not to keep records of your customers. And Ledger is going to learn a very valuable lesson. So if I was selling a sensitive product like a ledger, I would not keep people's personal information. First of all, I would encrypt that information before storing it on my server. But they weren't even smart enough to do that, apparently. The next thing I would do is not only would I first encrypt all of people's personal information before it gets stored to the server, I would not keep that personal information. Okay. For example, if Tone Vays gets hacked, uh, your personal information will be very, very limited because I don't keep it. People learn that lesson when they message me for something. And anyway, let me not talk about the way I handle privacy. So my advice to Ledger and anyone else that's selling, Bitcoin hardware wallets, don't keep people's emails for more than say 3 months or 6 months. Someone buys your product, it's the burden of proof on them, perhaps, that they bought it, though that could also be faked. But I mean, tell them, like in the confirmation email, saying that, hey, your product is being emailed and is on the way. For your privacy, your personal information, including your email and the record of this purchase, will be purged from our database within 3 months. So you have 3 months to, reply with any questions. After that, your record of you buying this product is gone. And this is what you might have to do for people's privacy, because this is bad. Because now the world knows if you bought a ledger and it got sent to you, and the phishing attacks are causing people to lose their Bitcoin because they're asking for your private key. And this is very, very bad. And it goes to the fact that Bitcoin security is still one of the most biggest challenges in the world. So S&P is dropping because anyone want to right, if you've never provided any information to Ledger, then you're fine. Like if you bought your Ledger in cash from a third party, which has its own risks, but if you did, you're avoiding these risks. Look, everything has a cost and a benefit. Every way, every time there's multiple ways to store your Bitcoin, and your trade-off is security versus convenience of storing that Bitcoin. Storing it on Coinbase is good convenience, terrible security. Well, security is not bad, terrible OPSEC. Other wallets, have terrible security versus good convenience. There's also a challenge of, protecting your private keys. The more secure your private key, the less you use it, the greater the chance that you might screw up. But the more often you use your private key to access your Bitcoin, you feel more comfortable with using the private key, but you're in danger that Bitcoin the more often you use that private key. So it's everything's a trade-off. S&P is dumping of the stimulus package is a statement from institutional investors. But that's not an answer. That doesn't help me at all. I heard something about a new virus strain. Of course, there's a new virus strain. It's called communism. I tweeted that out. Probably my most popular tweet this week. There's a new COVID mutation. Of course there is. Of course there's a new COVID mutation. There's a new COVID mutation every day. Of course. Investors are scared now that the vaccine won't work. The vaccine was never supposed to work, not on the virus anyway. It's supposed to work on your brain. They're just going to dial back on the PCR thresholds so that Once everyone's paying for the vaccine, then all of a sudden no one's going to get infected anymore because they're going to dial down the PCR threshold to 20 instead of 40. And then all of a sudden, like magic, it's gone. Only if they want it to be gone, because if they really want a police state, they're just going to crank it up to 50 on those PCR tests. All right, I promise these videos will stay short and only on TA. We're gonna save COVID for next time. The weekly S&P, oh, look at that. It's on a weekly MRI warning. So didn't realize that this morning. So there's reasons to be cautious, the S&P 500. It could be that the market is topping. I will adhere to the warning of my own indicators, and I will be cautious, the S&P 500. So this means I am no longer bullish. I am taking this drop today seriously. And if I did have any exposure to the stock market, I would remove that exposure. But I am fully exposed to the Bitcoin market right now. I'm still fully bullish. I'm not liking today's candle. I took a chance that we would top during market hours today, and I would be able to get out of GBTC. But right now, that's not looking like the smartest thing, even though I could get out at a higher price. I have not yet gotten out. I just brought you this video, but I am going to log in to my trading account and see what's going on there. Weekly chart. Weekly chart is consolidating. That tells us absolutely nothing. I remain generally bullish on Bitcoin from a weekly perspective. Even if the daily is pulling back, I am still looking at this as a 1 to 4 candle correction. So a 1 to 4 day correction into the middle of the week, and then we would reevaluate. All right, that is pretty much it for the markets. Unless there's any good questions, I am going to be wrapping this up. Tone, when Bitcoin becomes widely accepted by banks as collateral, could the rehypothecation of Bitcoin cause another financial collapse? Of course, but eventually, not anytime soon. Your kids would have to worry about it, yes. The Hill published something on Azar's subpoena on CDC documents and administrative policies. Sure. That's right, Tone. The World Health Organization have given the signal for them to lower the cycle count on the PCR only last week. Of course they did. I did not even know that. But look, you don't have to be a genius to put the dots together. This is not conspiracy theory. This is just like common sense. I thought COVID would disappear after the election. Didn't Trump say that? Well, here's the thing. The election is still in question. There's a big rally on January 6th. Everyone is texting me, asking me if I'm going to DC to the rally on January 6th. I just might. I think I'll go. I'm leaning to go. I mean, unless I haven't bought my ticket yet. I haven't got my hotel room yet. But so someone offered me a bulletproof vest and like full gear. If you're watching, I may be reaching out. You may have to hit me up again. Someone offered to overnight, like straight up police riot gear for me. I may be needing that because I was in DC at the last rally, and it's kind of scary if you're not in full-blown protective riot gear. Politicians ain't taking the damn vaccine. They're gonna pretend to. Binance is down, yes. Everyone's commenting on politics. See, it's not my fault. I wanted to stick to trading today. My live chat's full of politics. We got good viewers, guys. We got almost 1,000 live right now. Common sense is rare these days. Very, very. It's insane. All right, guys. That's it for me. You saw it right here. MRI top. Called it for now. I still think this is a short-term 1 to 4 day correction, and we can have one more push. But we're going to find out. I mean, this is why you reevaluate every day. All right. Thanks for hanging out, guys, and I will see you all tomorrow, unless something really, really crazy happens. All right. Bye, guys.